Seahawks defensive tackle Jarran Reed joins us now on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Jarran, we were just talking about year 10. It's going to be a decade in the NFL for you. How does that feel?
I definitely feel it, but it's a great thing, though, man. It's a blessing, just to make year 10. I think that's a milestone for anybody who steps foot on this field. And I'm just truly blessed and appreciate that I can be one of the ones who's making it this far.
How have you done it?
Preparation, performance, body work, staying on top of that, mentally staying strong, and, just having faith, believing, and trusting the process, trusting my preparation, the coaches, being coachable, helping the young guys. It's a list of things I think the reason why.
Jarran, how have you learned to kind of, as Brock was getting at, kind of take care of your body as it's evolved? I'm sure you come into the league as a rookie and everything feels fine. You're young and you can bounce back. And now, after years and years of this, has your preventative care evolved, the things you do to kind of get yourself ready to be on the field every day?
Absolutely, man. I spend a lot of time on my body. And I always say this almost every interview. I was like a sponge. I used to sit here and watch, Cliff Averill, Michael Bennett, Tava Rubin, guys like that take care of their body and be able to go out and perform and practice every day and in every game. I kind of took those things and now I've implemented some of my own things, and I spend a lot of time on it, man. It's a lot of time oiling this car up to get ready to go.
It's interesting, Jarran. We spend a lot of time talking about you guys, watching you guys, reacting, all the games, practices, storylines, all of that. But I feel like I don't know somebody there very well, and that is your defensive coordinator. And obviously Mike's the head coach. He calls the defense. That's part of it. But, you got to know Ken Norton and Gus Bradley and all the Dan Quinn, all the D coordinators through the years, Clint Huard. I don't feel like I know Durde very much. Can you tell me who he is and what he brings to that defensive side of the ball?
Oh, man. First of all, he's a great guy. He loves the game of football, but he's a great person outside of football. You could easily relate to him. What he demands from us each and every day I think is amazing. I think is what every defensive coordinator should do. I don't think he looks for the limelight. I don't think he's that type of guy. I don't think he really cares to be known. But, man, he's a cool guy. He's funny. He's definitely a player's coach, fiery. He gives us that mindset that, how we take the field and how we approach game and approach practice and approach drills. He gives that to us, and, what he expects from us. He doesn't shy from anybody. Nobody's bigger than the program, and he lets us know that.
Jarran, we were talking about your long career in the NFL. This is year 10 for you. Another guy that has been there for a while, been doing it at a high level for a long time, DeMarcus Lawrence, now in his first offseason here, going into his first season with you guys. What have you learned from him? Have you gotten a chance to kind of get to know him, or have you just kind of watched him out there when he's been with you guys through OTAs and minicamp?
Yeah, D-Law's my guy, man.
Yeah.
I'm a North Carolina guy. He's a South Carolina guy, so we kind of got that South connection right there. And, what you see with him is what you get. He doesn't hold his tongue. I like that. He reminds me of the old school, football. Like when I came in and before me, that's the way his style of play. And I think that's great because we need it more than around here. He's a great addition, man, a great guy.
Yeah, that's a couple of the moments last year that maybe I remember as much as anything, Jarran, is your willingness to have that voice. Right, I think it was in a game, and I think it was a youngster and Derek Hall that you guys had a pretty good conversation there on the field and on the sidelines a little bit. Yeah. But isn't that in some ways the picture of the brotherhood you all are trying to create and cultivate?
Yes, absolutely. We're trying to build a championship defense around here, and it's the things that little things that matter, and we're all just holding each other accountable. That's all that is, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're just trying to be the best we can be on the field and off the field.
Well, Jarran, getting a little more into that, you just mentioned all those guys that you learned from when you were coming into the league and how you soaked it all up like a sponge. Now that you're the veteran, what do you think the young guys have learned from you, or what do they come to you with questions?
A lot of their questions is like technique, and believe it or not, they ask me how do I play so long. That's crazy. And, just things that I did to stay in the league and to stay relevant and everything. The most I tell them is, when you step into the building, this is your job. You got to become a professional. We're all athletes, but now we're professional athletes, right? When you get to the NFL, and it's all about being professional on the field and off the field. That's how you talk, how you carry yourself to people, how you treat people around the building, your work ethic, things like taking care of your body, because we pay attention to those things. Nowadays the kids, they got these phones, the TikTok and all the Instagram and this stuff, and like, so we're in the locker room and we get time to ourselves. Sometimes they instantly go bury their face in the phones. Like, nah, that's time to prepare yourself to get ready to go out there and practice and have the best practice you can. Little things like that, and then taking the things that the coaches are telling them and being coachable, without having the coach repeat the same things over and over, like each day in meeting rooms.
From your life experience and being here the first time around, where you went from year 1 to year 2 in this system, what are some things we can watch for? All those fans that are on the berm today, come out and watch, and yeah, man, it's going to be year 2 in Mike Macdonald's system and going from year 1 to year 2. What are some areas that are true areas of growth from your experience?
I think the communication along the defense, and we still got a lot more room to go. But I think it's everybody kind of knows the playbook, and because it's a huge playbook. I think as far as defensively, because that's all I can speak on. Just our intent, our effort, and our communication. Like, if you guys out there to practice, just listen to us. You'll hear like a lot of communication, a lot of talking going on amongst everybody. And of course the music will be on, but when it's probably down and we're in the period, you'll probably hear it, and that's probably the main thing.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Great defenses you don't see, great defenses you hear. Yeah. And not only the communication, but I'm going to guess, too, when the pads start to come on, the game changes just a little?
Oh, yeah, a lot. You get to add that real physical aspect to the game.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, Jarran, I'm sure you're excited to get on the field. We're all excited to watch you guys out there and then see what this team looks like this season. So thanks for joining us this morning. We really appreciate you taking the time.
All right, thank you.
That is Seahawks defensive tackle Jarran Reed.